I think it's something you need to get though.
I'm thinking it's something I need to ask about.
This sneaky motherfucker doesn't wake me up.
I'm walking up to the counter and I see a sea of games. It's Monday. We've been on the road for about 12 hours now.
Zero luck. Striking out so far on the way home.
There was no way we were going to drive through the night last night, so we ended up stopping at Jay's family's place.
We stopped in Chattanooga. My brother and my dad lived there.
Jay, I mean, hell, he was my idol for a little bit.
Tim is... So back when Tekken 5 was coming out on PlayStation 2.
Me and Jay, we were planning on going to this Tekken tournament that was up at fucking GameStop.
Tim was living with me at the time. He says, yo, wake me up when it's time to go to the tournament.
This sneaky motherfucker doesn't wake me up.
And I'm like, yo, dude, get up. Gotta go to GameStop, go to the Tekken tournament.
His scheming, conniving ways.
It's like, oh, I'm tired, I'm sleeping.
That was kind of true, except for it was kind of bullshit too.
I won the Tekken 5 tournament at GameStop that day.
And like the night before that, I whooped everyone's ass. Everyone in the fucking room.
It's just the way Tekken tournaments go, I guess.
That, I mean, I don't even know. What games do you want to find, you know?
We got about 4 hours of shut-eye, so we decided to kind of take the back roads through Mississippi on the way home.
So we found a couple of antique stores and zero luck.
We were hitting antique shops, thrift stores, you name it, and it was nothing.
Holy crap, let me get some footage of this old town stuff. Give me that.
Yeah, you're quick.
We were recently at this one thrift shop, and one of the people there told us of a pawn shop that supposedly has a lot of games. So we're checking that out right now. First thing that hits me when walking into this pawn shop is that it really looks like the show Sanford & Son, which is a good thing.
I walk in the doors, and one of the first things I notice is this guy has an ungodly amount of systems, like 7 million Dreamcast, 9 trillion Nintendo 64s. It's pretty ridiculous.
This is not something you see every day.
Excuse me, yo. Excuse me.
It says for Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. I've never seen this before, but I'm looking at it and it looks like it's some kind of suit you put on to interact with the game somehow.
I haven't the slightest clue what this is.
I think it's something you need to get though.
I'm thinking it's something I need to ask about.
At this point, we don't really know much about it. We're gonna try to see what we can find out.
Or interactor?
Yeah.
Or the Super Nintendo Genesis?
Right.
Are you asking for this thingy?
I'm excited, but I really don't know what this guy's prices are like. I can't imagine that he'd want a lot for this. 25 bucks. I'm getting it. I mean, there's no question about it because you don't run into these things hardly ever. At least as far as I know.
What is it? Is it a body pack?
Yeah, like a body vest or something.
So basically what this thing does, apparently, is you strap it on and you hook it up to your Sega Genesis or your Super Nintendo, and it's supposed to give you some kind of like feedback. Think of it like a rumble pack for your body.
The pack would actually vibrate.
So when you punch somebody, you know, or if you're playing, you know, Turtles in Time and you're Donatello and you take a swing at a foot soldier or whatever, well, no, that wouldn't make any sense. If this foot soldier hits you, you're supposed to feel it.
They run about 20?
Yeah, 20 to 30.
Okay, even boxed. Very uncommon, might even say rare.
But the price isn't just outrageous because there's not a demand for it.
People just don't know about it.
Or the thing is just so craptastic, nobody wants it. You can feel punches.
I'm supposed to feel punches on my back? This is another useless piece of shit.
Either way, I'm taking it home.
I kind of look down and I see a Pong clone. Billy slimes his way over there, and I see his stupid freaking orangutan arms reaching for it, and I'm like, yo, I saw that first. Like, no, you didn't, I did. I'm like, dude, I saw it first.
How are you saying that you saw this when I walked around and said, no, you can have that because I see something down here myself?
Dude, I just walked around over here and I saw this. I was about to grab it out.
The reason I was coming over here in the first place is because I saw this. I was standing right over here.
Fine.
Whatever, I don't even want it. I mean, it's a Pong clone anyway. It's essentially a huge paperweight.
What are you asking on this right here? $10?
He's asking $10 for this Pong clone. That's about what it's worth. Considering I don't have one of these, you know what? I'm gonna pony up. Why not?
$10 though. I don't have any Pong clones.
Pong clones and retro sex suits are great, but where are the games? Oh, they're over there. I'm walking up to the counter and I see a sea of games. Oh, I think we've hit the jackpot here.
I have a feeling it's gonna take us some time to sift through all this stuff, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
These have been picked through, and it's obvious.
There's a lot of sports games, a lot of scraps.
Oh, we collected over the years.
Oh, gotcha.
Trying to accumulate. He's been here 30-something years.
And even out here in BFE, middle of nowhere, video games still get picked through.
There's a retro collector or reseller or someone who's been through this again and again and again, more than likely.
So a lot of people go through these.
Yeah.
You can always catch somebody slipping. It doesn't mean we're not going to go through every one of these boxes. Well, the great thing is that every game is $5, so obviously he hasn't been doing eBay checking. Atomic Runner on Genesis, I don't have this one. Might as well pick it up.
Hey, if you see Futurama on PS2, pull it out for me.
Basically, it's like a little treasure hunt right now. We're just digging through piles and piles of games, just trying to strike gold here.
What is that?
Very interesting.
2 Tandy games, complete in their little plastic containers.
This was a Tandy. I'm sure we talked about it in video game years, we just don't remember. We don't know what we talked about.
We don't know what we're talking about. What is that?
I come across this X-band Genesis internet connection thing.
This hooks up the Sega Genesis to the internet.
No kidding.
I've never seen one of these. At that time, I didn't even know what the internet was, and if I did, we damn sure couldn't afford it, so we didn't have it.
It's a cool little piece of gaming history to have, essentially, but it's not going to function, and it's worth pretty much nothing. But we don't collect stuff just because it's worth something. We collect it because it's cool, it's interesting, it's unique.
It's stuff I like to collect.
Rare doesn't always necessarily mean expensive. And expensive doesn't necessarily always mean rare.
Another thing I like to collect are, I guess, shelving or storage. Just came across the Super Nintendo little drawer deal, pull it out, stack some games in there, close it up. I like stuff like that.
I honestly believe I should have the Super Nintendo storage unit because I am the Super Nintendo guy.
My favorite console is the Super NES. And that's of all time. You don't get everything Super Nintendo. It's not the way it works. I mean, and if it does, I want the Splatterhouse 2 and 3 right there for Genesis, because I was a Genesis guy.
Did you guys actually go through all of these?
Yes, I had every single one of them except the one I picked up.
I think you guys are stupid.
So I'm going through this one aisle one last time where there's just a ton of controllers.
Is that Talk Boy?
A Talk Boy. A freaking Talk Boy. We know a cat that could really do the cool jerk. I always wanted these as a kid, and I never got it, so in my ever-pressing quest to relive my childhood, I'm gonna be getting this Talk Boy.
Oh, you remember?
This thing right here?
Yeah.
I never asked, actually.
About 10. This thing was how much? Look a long way before you find another one of them, wouldn't you?
I got my pile of stuff. Billy has his pile of stuff. Let's get a package deal here.
This actually has no disc, so I was hoping you'd give it to me for like $1.
We want to try to get the best possible deal that we can. And to do that, you always got to bundle everything up together.
I'm gonna give you that, and I'm gonna give you this, and it'll be $75.
$75, and most of that's Jay's, so I'm cool with that.
65 would be better, but it is what it is. No, he gave us a little bit of a discount though, so there you go. Bundle up, buy a lot of stuff, and you're gonna get a little bit cheaper.
This was a really cool place to go hunting for games. You know, obviously we didn't come back with any Samsons or Flintstones or anything like that, but we got some oddities here, and the great thing about it was just the hunt. I mean, it was just a fun place to dig through and search for games.
That was your point of view on it. Now here's the way it actually went down. When you said you saw I saw something with my stupid eye, I went over there while you were jaw jacking with stupid Melvor, okay, and I saw it. So when you came over there, had your attention on the 5200. I was distracting you.
You weren't distracting
No,
anybody.
I was distracting you. I just hadn't got to it. I saw before
Why
you.
would? Okay, no, that's not even how you do things. No, because
I was going to look at that, and then I was going to come down
I'm
to
looking
this,
at this
but
right
you just
here.
happened to
I'm looking at this
skip.
right.
I'm hot. You're not. But if you want to get with me, I'll give it one shot. Calm down.
We realized it's getting a little bit late. Obviously, we're coming home, coming through Arkansas. We got to go to the game room trading post.
We're not going to be able to spend as much time at this place as we're going to want to.
We're going to spend the night here in Malvern.
We'd much rather get up early in the morning and be able to spend as much time as we want at this awesome place. But in the meantime, it's getting late. There's a game exchange open in Little Rock we're going to hit up. Whoa, hold up. So I'm editing this episode, and I noticed that on the counter when we're buying the games, that the Super Nintendo drawer, storage unit, looks a little odd, if you will. Smaller, in fact. And then I look at the front doesn't match, and then I'm thinking to myself, well, wait a minute, what case is this? So I call Jay up and say, hey, did you get that Super Nintendo case? No, man. I did not notice that when he put that case down, he didn't get the Super Nintendo case. He got some other case. I wasn't paying attention. And of course, I stop what I'm doing. I go on eBay and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I want to get one of these cases anyway. And they're all over $100. In all seriousness, I feel like somebody put a Jedi mind trick on me or something, because it makes no sense why I wouldn't have noticed that you didn't get that Super Nintendo case. And here's a better question. If you didn't get it, why didn't you tell me about it? You know, a little, oh, I'm not getting the Super Nintendo case. You might want to get it would have been nice. Ooh. Final Fight 2 for 95 cents. I'll take that.
Final Fight 2 for 95 cents. There's no reason for it.
Yeah, this is obviously a little bit of a goof up on their part.
Billy catches Game Exchange slipping quite often, actually.
So you asked me what my deal is with catching people slipping at Final Fight. Now here's my question. Why are you always slipping at Game Exchange?
I wasn't slipping at Game Exchange just now. I hadn't even looked at the Super Nintendo games yet. It's not slipping.
Man, you still got caught slipping.
I didn't get caught slipping, you f***ing. It's not like I looked and freaking glanced over it. We've had fun. We've spent some dough. We're going to stay at the cheapest possible motel to try to save some money because we know where we're headed tomorrow.
We're gonna wake up bright and early and be camped in front of the Game Room Trading Post when they open, hopefully. Yeah, this is not exactly the nicest hotel we got going here. It really, first of all, it smells like butt.
You heard it here first. Game Chasers Roll Classic.
That, I mean, I don't even know. What games do you want to find, you know? Cheetah man. Cheetah man. Straight up. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be looking out here in this whole fucking east side part of the fucking country for another Flintstones.